Mafia, are you ready?
He said, "Are you ready?"
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome, everybody, to Brotherly Love Wrestling. And on our show today, we have our executive producer slash janitor, right?
Custodial extraordinaire.
Bill Fry. Welcome back to the show. Good seeing you again.
What's up? What's up?
We made Bill put his hair into a respectable ponytail before we did this because he looked like Skinner.
I was going for, 90s Heyman, but I guess it didn't work.
You nailed Skinner right on the head.
I feel like I look like if Big Cass got squished straight down and then expanded this way, figured I could go for that.
We all know the real reason you're growing your hair long is to try and look like Adam Cole. That's all it is.
Honestly, I don't think
you're probably about the same height.
I think my wife would love me despite my long hair, but I feel like she wouldn't be nearly as happy.
A match made in some sort of weird heaven.
Hey, she is a dental assistant, so I mean, she's my Brit.
What are we doing?
There you go.
What are we doing here?
Someone help me. Intro, boys.
Someone help me. I don't have it tonight. I got the fight spirit. I need you to pick up the fucking slack, man.
I love it. If you're gonna just keep doing this, Bill, if you get under his skin this entire show, that'd be great.
That's the entire reason I'm even on this show anymore.
I'm the one that fucking suggested having you on, you prick.
All right. So last night, AEW Revolution, it was a stacked card top to bottom.
We've had a full day to think about it. That's always good.
Yeah.
Because right after I was fucking wiped. Yeah. I couldn't even think quasi straight. I was gone.
But
I think that tag match took it out of me big time. I thought that was such a good match. And I want to go over like what we think like match of the night or moment of the night, or just like highs, lows, anything in between, what we could have done without.
I got you.
What we needed more of, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And because Khan was saying that storylines are ending after this pay-per-view and they're going to pick up. Like, I think we know now that Punk and MJF are probably done.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the feather in the cap, and the Wardlow.
You might see like a blow off on Wednesday to pull off the feud.
Maybe. I don't know if they do that. I feel like they do things a little differently over there in AEW. But now Wardlow, it's got to be Wardlow and MJF.
Yes. Yeah. That has to be the next build.
Tell you the truth, I don't even think it goes Wardlow MJF. I think it goes Wardlow Shawn Spears first. Because I think the accountability first, and then MJF kind of puts it that he's not worthy. He's an ex-contractor kind of thing, and
that makes sense.
And he's also got that title match on whoever wins, Sammy and Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
I thought that was dumb because we didn't know what the title was. It just said they got a shot at the title. I thought it was a title of his choosing. And what I thought was going to be he chooses the heavyweight.
Jade Cargill? Oh.
Yeah.
The TBS championship.
That'd still be a rough ass match.
That would be a better match than the women that she faces. Like, I think them two would be a better match. But anyway, that's beside the point. Where was I going? Oh, Wardlow. I thought that he was going to get to choose which title, and he would choose the world title, and it would lead to MJF Wardlow at Double or Nothing, and MJF being the champ. Although now that I'm saying that, MJF would have to win the title rapidly, and then would he beat Wardlow? Or are you trying to? Are they now trying to build Wardlow to like top face of the company? Do you think that's more?
I think that
Top mid-card?
MJF is going to be the ultimate springboard. I don't think he goes towards a top title until at least after he faces MJF. So I don't think MJF is going to go anywhere near the title picture, especially after losing to Punk. I don't think he has the record.
I originally thought he was going to beat Punk. And I thought the turn was
everybody did for a bit.
And I thought the turn was going to happen after that.
Yeah.
But
I kind of thought that it was going to be similar to what happened, that Wardlow was going to kind of turn, but MJF would pull it off anyway with some other sort of shenanigans.
Well, MJF isn't the type that you do a fast storyline with, because he's actually one that is able to carry a storyline for multiple weeks or months. So one of those storylines that starts, pauses, picks back up. They do that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you'll get like a storyline, and then you'll be like, all right, oh, I forgot they even did this, and then they touch back on it. You're like, oh shit, it's back. I guess
it's also that they also intertwine a lot of storylines.
They have so many people that they kind of have to.
Yeah, I mean, you get like moments like, you know, Sting and Darby being involved with Punk versus MJF and FTR. Like, I mean, you're getting crossover stories where, you know, you're having trios matches with, you know, multiple storylines are involved and stuff like that.
Those are kind of like almost like one-offs or like very short. Those are like,
and that's the thing.
Brief stories within a story.
It kills a week. And that's the thing, is it gets you to the next week. And I think they tend to more long-term book than, you know, a WWE might. So I think that there is a end goal for Wardlow.
I would think there's an end goal for him. I mean, I guess they have to test the waters with him to see how over he could possibly get.
And that's the thing. And I think MJF is that tester strip.
Yeah. Is that like the P strip?
Kind of, yeah. Same smell as MJF too.
Urine?
Yeah.
How does he know this?
I meet a lot of people.
It's probably what your hair smells like. Skinner.
Yeah, pretty much.
You want to talk about something different now? we passed this now.
You just dead-ended us into the end of that story. So
he used a P strip. Oh no, wait, I said P strip.
You did, yes.
Yeah.
You did.
I guess we could continue and go somewhere else. What did you take away from the pay-per-view, Mr. Larry?
Since watching it twice,
you're such a fucking mark.
I think that Moxley and Bryan could be a huge mistake for the tag picture.
I mean, now you have to elaborate. You can't just,
because this is what they're leading to. And don't get me wrong, I think it's great, especially if Regal is going to be that manager for them and do that. But all we keep talking about is how there's so many tag teams, and yet there's a lack of opportunity for all different kinds. Now you're adding two of the top people in professional wrestling, period, and putting them in a tag team. They got to win the titles.
Is that a Vince booking?
I don't know if it's a Vince booking, but you're severely hurting that entire division again.
Well,
it's not making it any better.
Are they going to make them a tag team, or are they going to make them a faction? Are they going to make a faction out of this? Would that change your mind?
Yes, absolutely. Big time. Because then, okay, if you're doing singles.
Because if they start as a team and they're just facing like mid-card teams, and it's more of a recruiting type thing where they want to see if they got the chops to hang with them and they kind of recruit them.
Yeah, if it's
because I really don't see them two being. I don't see them leapfrogging the Bucks or leapfrogging Red Dragon, who just got there, literally just got there a couple weeks ago. I don't see them leapfrogging them. Proud and Powerful is
now making their resurgence.
Yeah, and they're over with the crowd, which is what you want. I think if this is going to be a team, I think this isn't going to be a team like a team that wins. Like, I think that they're going to be a team that is always at each other's throat. Not like a team Hell No. Not like that.
Not a comedic.
I think it's going to be more along the lines of like the Bar when they first started out. So Sheamus,
yeah, but then they ended up winning the
setup.
titles like 7 times.
I'm sticking with that storyline.
Yeah.
I think
That's what I mean.
think
I
that
think
you
that
end up
ruins
seeing it.
the tag.
But here's the thing is you don't need to put them into that picture right away. Because then you have it set that, hey, they don't have a record as a tag team. They have to have a record as a tag team.
Do they? Do they though?
Yeah,
Yes.
Red Dragon didn't have a freaking record.
Man, come on! Like it's very convenient when they say that those actually matter, and when they don't. Like, I don't think they do. I don't think they need a record. I think it's fucking Bryan Danielson and John Moxley. And if they want a title shot, they're getting a fucking title shot. Like, I just don't. There's no way.
It could also work out that they try to be a tag team and it doesn't work, and it leads to a huge blow-off match.
I hope it's more of a faction and they do recruiting.
I don't think
and stuff like
I don't
that.
think you get a blow-off match between the two of them.
Hmm.
No, I don't think you do. I
I
think.
don't know. I'm just speculating.
Well, yeah,
honestly.
I think we're all just speculating at this point, but I don't think. I think it is more of a faction type to get more eyes on more people,
Mm-hmm.
which is what they've been doing, and it seems to.
Yeah, I mean, you get
Be
Garcia in there. You get.
Well, that's what I'm
like,
thinking. I'm saying Garcia, Yuta, and Moriarty. I
Yeah.
think that's your faction.
And you
But
have
now
them
with-
basically.
With ROH being a thing now, I mean, I feel like it's going to be like kind of jumping back and forth for a lot of people. Like, I feel like you're going to get a lot of the AEW talent on Ring of Honor, considering Tony Khan's booking Ring of Honor as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is his chance to. This is almost like his. I want to say
Brand split.
almost. I want to say it's like his NXT.
And that's
Even
kinda
though he
what I-
has half of NXT's roster right now. I mean, but I think ROH will be his NXT. It'll be.
Mhm. I agree. That's what I had originally said was when I
I
was
just
talking,
don't know if it. I don't know if it hits NXT level of being that much better than the main
Oh, no.
product.
No, and that's the thing is that
Like, I think you'll see like just
it
like
then doesn't become an alternative. It just becomes a literal like
no. I think you're going to see a
B-side.
lot of their good mid carders to lower main event going up against like the top indie talent. Like, for instance, Supercard,
Mhm.
which we now know is being run by AEW, is Swerve versus Alex Zane.
yeah.
I mean, you have someone who just got there who's going to be probably one of their, I would say, top mid carders. Nothing against Swerve, but unless they skyrocket him, I don't see him winning a title anytime, like a main title anytime soon,
Mhm.
like the world title. So I think he's going to be like a heavy hitter,
He's-
but not like
he-
their main guy.
He feels like he could be a solid run at TNT Championship.
Yes.
I think I got him above that. Like, I got him like being in that like top cusp of like main title, because you got to think about it. He's not going against the Brock Lesnar's and the Roman Reigns of the world. He's going against people that are now his size that he can go in the ring with a lot longer. Like,
Until
him
you
versus-
meet Powerhouse Hobbs, Keith Lee, Wardlow. With
Yeah, but
Wardlow going into that top title
Here's the
picture
thing, though.
then.
They're all, well, I don't know. I honestly I don't know too much about Wardlow. From what he is, he's a squash match guy right now. He's not
Yeah.
taking on too many significant wrestlers, but Keith Lee is someone who could go toe to toe with the biggest guy or like the Ricochets
Mhm.
and make them look really good too. And
Mhm.
you can't tell me you can't see Swerve going head to head with Adam Page and being like, oh my God, this is a huge mismatch. Like, it's not a
Oh
huge
no, I
mismatch.
agree. I honestly think Swerve, if given the right treatment, could be in the main title picture.
I think so too, but I'm
But
saying like
I
for
think
now,
his long-term future is a long TNT title reign.
Maybe. I would have said the same thing for Lethal though, and he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
He'll be a guy that's like a mainstay in Ring of Honor, like the Ring of Honor brand.
Honestly, I don't give a shit what they do with Ring of Honor as long as I get Brian versus Gresham.
I think that will happen. I don't know if that's going to happen on ROH. I think that's going to be like a what we call their biggest pay-per-view. All In, their biggest pay-per-view. Is that we calling that their WrestleMania?
Is it? I mean, Double or Nothing, All In.
Either
way,
way,
Double or Nothing was up there because that was their second pay-per-view. I think that's more their SummerSlam.
I could see that as a match, like one of the main matches, not like main matches, not for a title, just like Danielson and Moxley, like how that wasn't for anything; it was just a match. Like that would be that,
and that's
unless it's for the ROH title, which would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, and honestly, I think you'll start to see a couple of the signings that have been getting involved more that you've been seeing on screen but haven't been doing a lot in moving to ROH, like a Danhausen moving back to ROH.
No, I think if anything, he'll go back and forth, but he's not really. I wouldn't say Danhausen's go. I would say more wrestler. I think Khan's going to stick to that, like mid 2000s ROH. Like I think it's going to be all wrestling. I think there's going to be very few like segments and shit like that. I think it's just going to be all wrestling.
Yeah.
I think you'll see probably a good amount of the tag teams go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But
and that would be great to do with Ring of Honor is make that more a tag team centric show.
We got the Briscoes are the champs. You got FTR who they're going to wrestle at some point. We just don't know when and where and for which.
I mean, they've been going at each other left and right lately.
I think that's going to be the like your big ROH like first pay-per-view AEW. I think that's your main event is Briscoes versus FTR for the titles. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think that's your biggest main event unless you do Danielson versus Gresham.
Yeah.
That would be I don't even think you have Gresham on that card with the Briscoes and FTR. It's not fair. It's not fair because that's your main event. If it doesn't go on last, that's still your main event.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I might not. There's probably plenty of people that disagree with that, but in my mind, I think I'm right.
All we can really do is wait and see what kind of format he decides to go with for ROH. Honestly,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'd be more excited if he came out and said, "Oh yeah, we're redoing ROH, but we're keeping it at the Armory and the Hammerstein and ECW Arena and like bring
I'm pretty sure there's already scheduled taping at ECW or 2300 Arena in April for Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's April 11th or 13th, somewhere around there.
I hope the baby's born by then.
You and me both.
I don't know if you're going to be able to get out there to see it, but
what you got to roll in at the count of 9 right before that show happens.
That shit better be here by that. No, she has to be here by that point. Anyway, I can't wait to see. Like you said, I want to see what just the presentation alone. Like you know what I mean? Just what is he going to keep it that down and kind of dirty kind of Ring of Honor feel? Are you going to add a production to it, more lights, stuff like that? Are you going to NXT 2.0 it up? And you know what I mean? Like,
no, am I finally going to get my wish and I'm going to get ROH on cable television?
Probably.
Oh my God. I've been saying this for so long.
Honestly, tell you the truth, if you could put me in the crowd with a camera and it'd probably still have a better setup than NJPW Strong. So, I mean,
I don't think I've
only watched a couple of them.
I don't think I have. I've watched not a single one.
I've watched a couple, and it's just like I don't know if they have like their like I wouldn't even know like their H squad of techs there, but it is just not pretty. Like the audio and everything is just so bad. Like I hope
I'm sure,
ROH at
being
least
that
gets
Tony Khan
some-
owns it, I think they're going to get better production. I
Yeah.
don't think we have to worry too much about that.
Yeah.
I think the production's going to be good because why the fuck would he have shitty production for what's going to be his now baby if he's booking
Yeah.
it?
Mm-hmm.
So who the hell's booking AEW then? If he's not booking it, or is he booking both? Well, he's going to get burnt out. He's not going to know what the fuck he's doing.
We don't know that. First of all, we don't know that he's booking Ring of Honor.
He said he
Yes,
was.
he did. He came out and said that he's booking Ring of Honor.
So he's booking Ring of Honor and he's booking AEW.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Unless
right.
he's
Although
he's
I-
relinquishing some of the bookings in AEW.
what I think might end up happening is he might book ROH as his kind of, this is my booking, and then he just goes final say on AEW.
He's
know,
the Vince.
I was
Yeah,
just gonna say that.
Like
yeah.
he just goes final say. Like they, wrestlers get more involved with their own creative. Wrestlers,
He can't.
He has
He
a-
can't do that though, being on TV.
but that's what I'm saying is like you brought Regal in, who obviously has experience in back booking and production and things like that. You've got other people who have experience doing that. You've got, Taz has ideas, JR has ideas where they've been in those situations before that, he
God,
might have.
I can only imagine a fucking JR booked show.
I'm just saying he may have a committee booking AEW in the trenches, and then they have their Vince meeting where they pitch all the ideas and he final says. We don't know.
No, we don't. I think
Until
that's below our pay grade or above
way
above our pay grade of 0.
Yeah, until they come out with the backstage documentary where,
Can't wait to see that fluff piece. Everything is awesome.
Well, the other thing I do want to touch on, because it is the title, is Hangman Page going over at Adam Cole, which I don't think anyone really is surprised by. I don't
Not
think anyone really
surprised.
thought Adam Cole was going to win the title.
I thought he had a shot.
Did you? I didn't. For a
During the
second.
match, I thought he had a shot.
Oh yeah, during the match, he
Which
try
says
and
something.
suspend belief and just kind of lived in it. But
At that point, I was fucking exhausted mentally, so I was thinking anything could happen at that point.
But I mean,
Running a show till 12 o'clock on a
Fi-
Sunday. What the hell do they? Who do they
Five-
think we are?
5 hours of straight wrestling will do that to you,
Dude, I was fried.
which is why I'm so happy they split WrestleMania into 2 nights. Because
Let's
I wouldn't
face
be
it,
able to do it.
that's not going to be a lot of. That's not going to be as much wrestling.
no,
yeah,
no, it's not.
It's gonna
but
be
it's
lot
a lot of great opportunities to get up and get snacks, go to the bathroom.
get up and get snacks. Why don't you have your snacks with you?
When I have my Mania parties, I have the dining room that I stage all the snacks and food and stuff like that.
Do you put up
Occasion-
decorations?
Oh hell yeah! I break out the Ric Flair robe.
That's
I've got the.
That's not a decoration.
I am the decoration, son.
Yeah, you're something. Continue.
But no, so you have the main room where all the chairs are, and then you have your dining room with all the food spread. And
Yeah, I
the
don't like that
catering.
idea. Why not have all the food in the room where the TV is?
Well, you
Why
have
leave
a-
the room where the
Well, you have a table with like chips and pretzels and stuff, and then you have a separate room that's the full catering.
We do. The
I
same
cater
thing.
my WrestleMania.
yeah, but we're
parties.
spoiled though because we could see the TV from the kitchen where the food is set up,
That's true.
Mhm.
and that would be either place.
Yes.
You got to get an open layout when you get a new house. Come on, man, you got to go
I'm-
open layout.
That's what I'm looking
We
for.
can
man.
avoid this whole clusterfuck of going separate rooms and missing shit. Because what if you get caught up in a fucking deep, ravishing Rick Rude conversation and the fucking main event's going on?
I tell you the truth, there's only one thing that would take me away from a main event, and it's probably Soho Wings. That's just about
Are
it.
you working for them? You're promoting them on
No.
the show now?
No, but I'll get them on the show. God damn it!
You'll get them on the show.
You're gonna get Wings on the show.
I'll get
Wings.
I'll get the owners of Cafe Soho on this bitch. I don't care.
What are we gonna talk about with them? Wings?
There's a reason that Alex Zane calls me the wing guy. Okay.
Look. Then if you could do that every show, we just want a box of wings to eat while we're doing the show.
And I want some money for promoting them.
All right, then there we go. We'll get sponsored.
Neither
by
of these
Cafe
things are going to
Soho.
happen. He's never going to bring us wings, and we're never going to get sponsorship from Wings.
No.
We could be the wing guys, but he doesn't want that to happen. He's selfish.
Keeping the wings to himself.
All right. So anyway, the tag match, I think, was my favorite match. Although Bryan and Moxley is a very, very, very close second. I just feel like the tag team wrestling and the near falls and all that shit is just so fast paced and so exciting. It's just, how can you not love it? Honestly, they got the tag team wrestling thing down when they want to.
I think Punk and MJF match of the night.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because of the story, because everything involved. The dog collar match.
The entrance by Punk.
The entrance by Punk was goosebumps. That alone.
Oh, Kantari playing, and then the basketball shorts and track jacket. Oh my God, it was it was like 14-year-old me at an ROH show losing his mind.
And that's exactly
so
what
good.
Like mission accomplished for AEW. That's what they wanted. They wanted that ROH touch to it to kind of make everybody feel that again.
He bought ROH just so he could do that.
Hell yeah.
Worth it.
Let me write this $20 million check just so I can use CM Punk's ROH entrance. I'm filthy rich.
To be honest, I'm leaning towards agreeing with Larry just because I think that
Look, I mean, I'm not going to argue against either of them. You're not going to catch like a strong argument.
This storyline's been one of the best built storylines recently. I honestly,
I think it was the most anticipated once Punk came. They're like, all right, we're just waiting for him to be against MJF. I think that was it. Like, then you get it, and they deliver it like this with like callbacks and all sorts of crazy shit intertwined.
MJF using the stupid old man line back from ROH, and then Punk comes out in his ROH gear. You know, it's so well built, and I honestly think that was the payoff. Not to mention the Wardlow turn. Like, I mean, that was the big payoff. Because look at
pretty much everything you wanted out of that whole storyline.
Yeah, look at the rest of the matches on the show. Like, there wasn't the big payoff. Like, other than maybe Regal coming out for Moxley and Bryan.
Well, that can't be the payoff because that sets up another angle. That's not the payoff.
And that's the thing. Like, that was the payoff of the show. Every other thing, is going to be extended. Thunder Rosa, DMD, interference.
The main title that ended. You don't know who. I mean,
so who's going to be the next person to face Paige?
I don't know. Honestly,
who's that? Does Kenny come back? And is it Kenny versus Hangman too?
It might be Kenny, but I think if Kenny's going to come back, you're going to end up with
Kenny versus
Undisputed Era versus the Elite.
I think you're right.
Been begging for that since they were in NXT, and we finally get a chance to get it.
I agree with you on that. I don't think they're going to hold back. I think they're going to go right into that.
So I don't think Kenny goes anywhere near the title until he at least.
So who's main title ready? Is it Punk?
Maybe.
I really feel like they're trying to keep him away from that title.
Keep Punk away from the title?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Bryan came in right away. Bryan got a shot at the title. Bryan wanted that shot at the title. I feel like Punk wants to have meaningful stories and not be near the title just yet. He's almost at that point of where, okay, who do you have next? Who are you going to follow this up? How do you follow this up?
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get maybe at least a month or two of these Lance Archer like one-offs where, somebody gets a shot at the title just because they called him out kind of thing. And then
So who's the next person who's going to call him out?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, you could
Do you get a Malachi Black in there?
I mean, you could. You
Wouldn't
could
make
get
sense, but there's not too many loners. Like everyone's pretty much doing something. Andrade just lost, so he might be one of those people that wants a shot at the title. At least that would be a really good match.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
like who is it?
I feel like if they're going to go Andrade's going to have to be a storyline. I think that match between the two of them would be too good to be a one-off.
Well, here's the thing, though. The match being great could be the build for. I mean, it doesn't have to be a clean finish. It could be a one-off for now.
Yeah.
Like Andrade could lose, but he had his foot on the ropes, or it was a double count out or some bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know who they could throw in there because I mean,
unless Gargano gets off his ass and he's enters the fray.
I doubt that right away. I really do.
You don't think he'd be in the title picture right away?
No, I doubt that he's coming back right now.
Right now,
yeah.
I don't think he'll be back for another 6 to 8 months.
I mean, his baby's like a week old.
Yeah,
like he's not leaving anytime
just having the kid. Plus, he's really enjoying doing his Twitch streams, and playing with people on Twitch. So, I wouldn't put it past him to give it another 6 months before he even considers it.
At that point, AEW has to have another television show or some more TV time.
Or ROH.
But also has TV time of some sort.
Yeah, ROH on TV.
Is Keith Lee ready to step up and be main title?
I think that could be a huge match. And the thing is, Keith Lee is good enough that he doesn't need a title win of any sort to make him a big deal. Kind of like a Bryan, where he comes in, he doesn't need a title win to make him a big deal. He comes in, he has an amazing match.
You're saying Keith Lee's got to go to a 60-minute burner?
No.
But I mean,
I think there's a big difference there, though. There's a big difference there. I think it's
literally or metaphorically speaking. Because Keith Lee is a ginormous person.
Both. No, because you're right. Bryan comes in. He doesn't need a title win.
He's also very much
Daniel
decorated.
Bryan. But that's the problem. He's also Daniel Bryan. He's main evented Mania. He's done all this. This is Keith Lee. What did Keith Lee do? He had a great run in NXT.
He was the
double
first
champion.
Ever double champion.
But he came to Raw, obviously wasn't used or wasn't liked, whatever it was. So he hasn't established that he deserves that yet.
I mean,
not too many people on that roster besides Moxley.
I mean, theoretically, he did go toe-to-toe with Roman. He did go toe-to-toe with Brock.
I'm not gonna.
I mean, I
don't think you could justify what he just said because he's not nearly as decorated as Danielson. But
no,
I agree with you.
Near.
I agree with you in the your theory of he could have a couple one-offs like he did with Archer, and I think Keith Lee could be a good one-off for now.
Yeah,
have a really good showing, but
I think
still lose.
I think you could see a Powerhouse Hobbs as well. Pretty much anybody in that ladder match, I think you could that isn't Wardlow, I think could have a one-off match with Hangman and not be hurt by losing.
No, because you're going to expect him to lose, just like Archer.
Exactly. Yeah. And
it could be Christian. It could be.
Christian just started getting back in the ring, though, didn't he? Like, he hadn't had a match, like a singles match in a minute.
Yeah, but it's Christian.
I know.
He's Captain Charisma.
Yeah.
You can't you can't tell me the captain can't fucking go still.
I know he can.
Climbing ladders and shit.
I mean, fuck. If you're gonna go by
I'm just talking about people that you don't expect to win, but would still be.
If you're gonna go by that theory, then let's let 62-year-old balcony diving Sting go at Hangman Page. I mean,
Yeah, but Christian's in better shape than Sting.
Okay. Sting jumped off a balcony through double layered
No.
tables.
Yeah, but Sting's also better in tag matches.
know.
Though.
Sting
He's
can't be
much better.
highlighted. Sting can't be highlighted in a
You
fucking main event title. picture.
Honestly, I could see Hangman versus Darby.
I could see me not caring about that one.
As much as I was joking about Sting, I honestly think that Darby's not going to get hurt by losing.
What if
And
Guevara
Darby
loses
is a
the title?
ragdoll.
What if Guevara loses the title to Sky? Then he steps into the main event picture, like they used to do with the Intercontinental title. Yeah,
They could.
like you win that, then you drop it, then you're in the main event picture.
They could, honestly, but I think.
Well, they have to get something going by next month, so they can lead into Double or Nothing.
My thought process is that you give Hangman a variety of opponents.
Okay.
Different sizes, different shapes, different styles. So you've got your Lance Archer, you go to Darby Allin.
Land the goddamn plane. Where are you going?
Darby. I think Darby is a rag doll that Hangman can toss around, will sell the buckshot like nobody's business. I think Darby ends up going up against him next. Not that he comes anywhere near sniffing the title, but I think that's.
Who do you got next?
I think the problem and the reason we're having such a hard time, aside from the amount of talent that don't have the cachet to be a main title in the main title picture, you have the wrong person holding the title because they're so in
boring.
This,
sorry.
I was gonna say like in a box one mindset, but boring works too. I just think that if there was a heel that would win it, like an Adam Cole, or I think heels are better with the title. I think baby faces are better always chasing. So I just think that Hangman, as great
Adam
as
Cole
it was
as over, if not more over than Paige last night.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it was in Adam Cole's hometown.
Yeah,
it was in Adam Cole's hometown.
It's not his hometown. He was freaking born in fucking Lancaster.
I know. I'm well aware where he was born. I'm just saying
he's from fucking Farmville,
hometown.
No, I just
fucking hometown. My ass.
It's more of me thinking about heels.
It matters who they're announced by, not where they're announced from, not where they're actually from. Because I'm pretty sure several wrestlers aren't from.
Shut up for a second.
I'm just saying. I think it's better served on a heel.
I get that, but I asked you, who do you think is his next opponent?
I don't think there is as of obviously
there's got to be.
See.
Do you think that they try and do a long build till May, or do you think that they have one-offs until they get the storyline? I don't know what the storyline's going to be. Like, who's his next opponent that's going to draw you in?
Something has to be created. Yeah. So a story, like I agree with Bill, a story has to.
Has there been any inkling of any story besides Omega coming back and winning his title?
I mean, I think that's the closest thing that anyone could think of.
Well, that's the thing, though. Callis on the buy-in last night came out and did his speech, and the immediate thing was he immediately dove into Adam Cole will win and be a great transitional champion for Kenny to come back. So I honestly think that Kenny goes nowhere near the title when he first comes back. I think it's all about Kenny Adam Cole. I don't think it goes anywhere near the title.
Again, I don't
unless Cole wins the title.
Here's the thing that WWE actually doesn't have this problem right now because of who their champions are. The problem is that their minor storylines are bigger than their major champion storyline. Like you had easy
storyline on Hangman.
Well, here's the thing. You had two easy matches that were better built and felt bigger, and they weren't even for titles.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Bryan and Moxley, felt like a bigger match, and went on like a bigger match and ended like a bigger match. Then you have MJF and Punk, which felt like it was a main event.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your actual main event that, not for nothing, falls short to those matches. And nothing against the match, was a good match, but it didn't feel like your main event for your main title. It felt like Punk won the title.
Mm-hmm.
And well, here's the thing.
Or it felt like Moxley won the title.
And part of me, I'm gonna try and say this the best way I can. Hangman Adam Page is so emotionally
Sounds like he's in
separated.
a fucking safari.
Yeah, well, Jen has a lot of birds and they talk. So Hangman Adam Page is so emotionally separated from the rest of the roster because who gets under his skin? Like Cole got under his skin, but could you tell? Like he, I don't believe it when Hangman gets angry. Like I don't believe it that he got angry.
He doesn't sell his facial features. He doesn't sell like a lot of other people do.
And nobody else has any interaction. Every interaction Hangman has is with somebody from the Elite. Has nothing to do with or Cole, like as part of that group, that Elite group. I don't think he has any other connections elsewhere. And so the reason we're struggling to find a person that can go up against him is because he has no other connections to anyone else.
It's true.
Yeah.
We don't think of it that way,
He
but that's true.
doesn't have connections to anyone. So who do we think is going to go up to him next? We don't know because nobody talks to the guy. It's the Elite.
And the Dark Order.
Dark Order.
But
you're not
they're friends
throw,
with them.
You're not going to throw Evil Uno in a match with Hangman.
Yeah.
I mean,
where the hell's Miro been?
He was out injured, I thought.
Was he in? I don't fucking know. I asked Larry. He didn't know.
I believe
I'm too lazy to
injured.
figure it out. That doesn't sound like 100%. He just says he believes. Fact checker extraordinary.
I was just going to say, yeah.
He's out with a hamstring.
He pulled his hammy.
Reportedly been nursing a hamstring injury for some time.
Industry? A hamstring industry?
In injury. Sorry. Industry was over here as he was part of the wrestling industry, but
yes, and he had a hamstring industry.
Yeah.
I sell hamstrings on the black market.
Nonetheless,
lucrative hamstring industry.
The reason why I went with that whole series of Lance Archer like one-offs is because that's the only way we're going to get somebody to have a connection to Hangman is to just fucking challenge him because there's no pre-storyline to build to.
All right. I'm going to throw away the wins and loss record thing. What if Jay White's the next person?
Fine. Another Bullet Club Elite connection. Because that's the only other thing.
It feels like a main event at that point. It feels like it could be a main event.
Yeah.
So, because Jay White has main evented elsewhere. It feels like you have to bring in a main eventer, like someone that feels like they could main event a match with him. Because they're kind of, at this point, a lot of them are more of prestige than him.
Well, the good thing that they did with Jay White.
He's a new champion. He's never held a prestigious title elsewhere, really.
No.
Besides a six-man?
The good thing with Jay White is that they brought him in and they made that initial connection with him, like throwing the dude against the side of the truck and nodding at the Bucks and Cole, but he walked away and didn't make that, hey, we're together connection. He's a solo person. So he can have that, challenge Hangman, and he's a big enough name that he could go straight out and challenge Hangman. I think Jay White's a great call. I think that's probably your best option to just have him go right after Hangman.
If
he's got enough of an elite
back.
connection. And then you have that moment where you could tie those storylines up by, Jay White challenges Hangman and Cole comes out, and then Jay turns on Cole and hits Cole and says, I'm here for me, not for some group.
Well, they could end up doing the leader of the Bullet Club thing. Like every leader, they got Omega versus White versus versus Cole.
Well, Cole was never the leader of Bullet Club.
No?
No,
it was Balor,
AJ, Finn, and then Omega, and then Jay White.
Yeah.
And
Tama
Omega is the only one there. What's that?
Wasn't Tama the leader for a second?
There was the whole war with Jay White over who was going to be the leader.
Yeah.
And there was similar to the Cody Omega split. I mean, technically you consider Cody a leader of Bullet Club, but that was more Cody was the leader of the Elite more so than the Bullet Club.
He was the leader of ROH Bullet Club.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what Adam Cole was. He was the leader of. He wasn't the leader of ROH Bullet Club. Who was?
I don't believe so. Because there wasn't ROH factionized Bullet Club at that point.
He had the shirt.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying I don't believe he was the leader.
We're gonna have to go back and check some facts on this one too.
Yeah, I'm a little spotty on my, random non-televised factions.
Come on, man, you got to get better at this. This is why we bring you on.
I'm doing what I can.
That's usually the answer.
But
That's a good answer.
I think honestly, the only leaders of Bullet Club you've got is Jay White, Omega, Finn, and AJ. So
AJ ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
So, and then I mean, with a lot of the talk of NJPW and NJPW Strong kind of introducing itself to the other American wrestling companies, you theoretically could get, Guerrillas of Destiny come over and.
Well, they're working with Impact right now.
Yeah, but they also look at all the shows they put on with ROH. Now ROH is owned by AEW. So you could do your NJPW versus ROH, which is basically NJPW versus AEW, or you do all three of them and it becomes a super card.
An actual
super card.
Yeah.
Then you say super card and it actually becomes super card. I mean, but you go from there.
I still think the Briscoes and FTR main event that super card.
I'm
fucking doubling down on this goddamn.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm just saying, you could also have, the Bucks versus Guerrillas of Destiny. If you're going to do that whole Bullet Club split thing. I mean, that in and of itself is a main event as well.
Very true.
Or you do Bucks, Red Dragon, and Guerrillas of Destiny, because then Red Dragon has the ROH back too.
Well, you got
and the Good Brothers.
And the Good Brothers too. You could have the Bullet Club War other than Red Dragon, because they were obviously not
Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Those UE guys.
Yeah, those. It was NXT Bullet Club. Let's be honest. it was NXT Bullet Club. Bless you.
Trying. It's not working.
Trying to sneeze. There it is. Bless you.
Thank you.
I wanted to kind of talk a little bit of WWE, especially because there was two. No, because this time I want to stick up for WWE because they actually did something right this week, last 2 weeks, and that's you finally put the title on Ricochet. Finally, get him that mid-card title that he so deserves, and then you have Finn Balor also getting a title, which is weird this close to Mania that they're switching these two right away.
The Ricochet one makes sense.
Yeah, that takes.
You don't want Knoxville versus Zayn being for the IC title.
No,
absolutely not.
Because it's Mania. Knoxville's going over. So at that point, why have the IC title involved and bring its reputation down even further than it already is?
All they got to do is do a ladder match. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's all they have to do is a ladder match.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Why not? I mean,
they should unify those two titles too. As much as it pains me to say that, dude.
I don't care about the United States title.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying unify. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Unify or get rid of one.
I say you get rid of
and you have that champion travel to both shows.
Yeah.
They should only have one set of titles regardless, and the main champion should travel between shows. Maybe not every week, but you have enough champions where you could have.
They seem to be leading towards with this title versus title match at Mania.
They need to. You have champions that you don't even care about.
Bill, who goes over, Brock or Roman?
Roman, easily.
I'm still torn, but I know it's WWE, so I'm going to lean on the air of caution and say Roman as well. But I kind of want Brock to win.
I think that's your star maker moment. You have
Man,
Roman go over Brock.
I disagree.
I like this incarnation of Brock so much better than any other incarnation of Brock. I think he needs to win and just fucking continue to be this Brock.
Happy Lumberjack Brock is the shit.
He's fucking slapping hands and fucking kissing babies and shit. Like this is the best Brock.
Exactly.
He got rid of Heyman and now he's talking on his own and he can actually do it.
And that's
why are we not doing this every week? Just he's fun, Brock.
But here's the thing.
He's fun, Bobby.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're endearing Brock to the fans to get a heel over. You endear Brock to the fans. Fans cheer Brock. Roman goes over. Roman becomes
fans boo Brock. Fans boo Roman. Fans cheer Rock. Fans boo Roman.
You did go very Tarzan there, Bill.
Hey,
sorry.
Well, I'm just trying to get my statement in before somebody interrupts me.
Well, maybe make it a little bit more fucking non-elementary.
But no.
I think fan boo Brock.
I think you endear Brock to the fans.
It's like Serrano.
And then the fan you have no marbles.
Oh man, this went downhill real quick.
Can't hit the curve.
Bat no light curve.
Oh my god.
So, but anyway, you endear the fans to Brock, and you.
So they sucker me in.
Brock.
I like this Brock. They don't have to build up Brock. Brock's already built.
But no, I'm saying you build up Brock as this. Like he's funny, and
he kind of is.
He jokes around with the fans, and he high fives people and stuff.
I wish he had a bigger cowboy hat. Like a novelty cowboy hat.
What Doug Dimmadome his hat and just have it get bigger and bigger every episode?
Yeah.
But
I want him Turd Ferguson, Burt Reynolds style hat.
It's a big hat. It's funny. But you get him but you put Roman over that, and Roman
can't go over the big hat. He can't. It's too big.
You have him
Big Hat Brock.
Yeah.
Fans boo Big Hat Brock.
You've completely lost it, right, Bill?
Oh, I'm well aware.
I was gone before we started.
You see how many words I've spoken since you lost it?
Mm-hmm.
0.
Nonetheless.
You got a good question in there. You started the downhill trajectory.
I really did. I did.
It was his fault, not mine.
You were the piss stripper this time.
I guess. Yeah.
The piss stripper. What a terrible name. You must work out on like Allegheny.
A&A, here we come. Brotherly love on its way.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage for the first time, the piss stripper. You're going to want your fucking hazmat suit on for this.
So the first 3 rows have plastic like a Gallagher show.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Again, that wasn't my fault. That was his fault.
I think Roman goes over.
I think you're right. I think you're right, only because Brock's only there. He's temporary. He's always temporary, but at least this is a meaningful temporary.
He takes his flannel and axe and goes home. After Mania.
Yeah. And then you're absolutely 100% completely fucked on whoever beats Roman. Roman might not get beat for another year.
Yeah.
It's the amount of time that you're going to need to build someone else up to potentially beat him. The only one even close remotely is Rollins.
What has to happen this year, actually at Mania, is the rumored Stone Cold Kevin Owens match has to happen. Because if you're going to build someone to beat Roman, that's where it begins. Because Kevin Owens gets put over at Mania by Stone Cold in Texas. You're Superman level. And then you have Roman go over. He unites the titles. And then you have Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. And you build all the way
to SummerSlam.
Till SummerSlam. Like, I want this long.
Do you think
they're going to unify
going to last to SummerSlam?
Here's the thing: they're going to unify the titles, which means they're going to have one title, which means that now the Money in the Bank holder has to cash in on Roman or
Tell you the
Brock.
truth, I don't think Owens versus Stone Cold happens.
I don't think it does
No,
either.
it's starting to
I
feel
think
like less and less.
you get Owens versus Theory with
Hey.
Stone Cold as special guest referee.
Yeah, you're already getting McAfee versus Theory.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't happen.
Plans change.
Yeah.
Cards subject to change.
Yeah, I don't think that one's changing.
Yeah, because they were originally going to have McMahon versus Theory. So
No, I thought it was McMahon versus McAfee.
That's what I thought too.
no, I thought it was originally McMahon versus Theory.
Either
Because
way,
of the whole thing they were having with the backstage segments with McMahon
Yeah.
and Theory, that they were going to build up to McMahon versus Theory.
by the way, that fucking McAfee McMahon interview was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
It was so fucking good.
Oh,
And
and that humanized Vince so much that, like, honestly, I think one of the hardest times I laughed in that entire interview was when McAfee starts talking about working with Michael Cole, and you just hear Vince go, horrible person.
Yeah. He called him a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit human being.
Like, that was hilarious, and it humanized Vince, and
Yes.
I think that did more for Vince from a branding perspective than anything WWE could do.
He was the most talked about person for that day, for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think McAfee was the perfect person to do the interview because McAfee's so laid back. It let
Mhm.
Vince be more human. Because if it was Vince doing a straight interview, would have done nothing.
It would have been boring.
Would have done nothing.
Yeah.
But him joking around, throwing wrestling terminology and talking shit, that humanizes Vince like Vince is just like us. And
But yeah, we know that's not true.
Yeah, it helps you forget the
I know.
laundry list of people he
we
released
are
over the
in
past 3 years.
business of-
Not
we are
only
in
that,
the
but
business of suspending disbelief. Okay.
Very true.
hey, I don't know. He released those people. A lot of them are starting to land on their feet. I mean, you feel bad when someone gets released, but there's so much wrestling out there.
Then
that
they
you're-
walk out in the middle of a Moxley Daniel Bryan match or Bryan
Yeah.
Danielson match and
I mean,
slap them both.
Cesaro's next. He'll be there for sure.
I think
he-
Cesaro goes to the ROH rather than AEW. I don't think you see him on AEW.
We were talking about this, and we wanted to see a ROH faction be. I wanted to be headed up by Samoa Joe to go against, I don't know, whatever faction they have in AEW.
Fuck it, do an invasion storyline.
That's originally what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could do it right. I mean, look at
But
the
if you're
people
gonna do
that you
it-
have.
If you're going to do
That
an
are-
invasion, you have to have the right person to do the invasion, and they have to be able to talk. So that's why it's got to be Samoa
mean,
Joe.
Your Austin turn moment of that is CM Punk. You have CM Punk flip to the ROH invasion side, and that just changes everything,
And he would probably do that because he's a huge Stone Cold fan too.
Mm-hmm.
right?
And he'd probably love to run that type of angle.
He'd wear a Stone Cold shirt while doing it.
Probably.
Very
And
true.
you have him flip to the ROH side and turn,
Not only that, but now that does so much for ROH.
right? And that's what I'm saying. You have CM Punk turn for ROH.
Just like the
It-
WCW guys.
It changes an entire roadmap of
You're right.
where ROH could go.
No, you're right.
So, because you could theoretically have Punk wrestle occasionally in ROH, but you could have him. He could be general manager of ROH for
I don't
his
know about
long.
that.
I'm saying for long-term future. Like once he's done, and you have him booking the show.
What a
and-
full circle that would be.
Right?
right? That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
That's a storyline that Punk would get behind. Is that
Like
he
we
was
know him.
once well, look at the line you get from that. You get that I was once in your shoes. I was the anti-authority, anti-GM. I went against everyone, and now I am the authority.
God,
That-
he goes full Triple H.
Yeah, Yeah. basically.
And he starts pedigreeing
Tell-
people.
Tell me that doesn't sell.
And then Cody
CM
cries.
Punk. I'm saying, tell me
That was
that-
supposed to be me.
tell me CM Punk doesn't go for something like that.
No, you're right.
I don't know. I don't know the guy. I would like to say it. Does that count? I don't know if he would go for it.
I'm just saying.
I don't know
you
if
could
Pepsi
do
Man goes for
something
that.
like that. You could do something like that.
I agree. You could, but I'm not saying that he would go with that. I don't know.
Ah,
He's saying it like he's like, yeah, I'll pitch this idea to him right now. I'll call him up.
Yeah, let me give him a call.
Let me
I'll hit
email
him up.
fucking Tyler Breeze and then tell him to let me get Punk's number.
all right. I think that's how we're going to cut it. We hope you enjoyed the show. For some reason, if you did, thank you. And we hope you watch again. We hope you enjoyed.
Man, you really sold this one, didn't you?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a great one.